Hey, hey, goddesses! What's going on? I got so inspired to come on here. I know it's like, sometimes I like to give you guys heads up that I'm coming on, and other times I'm just going to get on. But anyhow, all right. So, when the energy's there, you just have to flow with it. And y'all have to excuse my hair. I'm still I cut it. I'm still learning how it sits and rests and all this other stuff. So anyhow, okay, so I wanted to get on here. I am on here now because I wanted to talk about Mars, because today is Tuesday. And actually, if you guys are on, let me know that you can hear me. Let me go on here and check on my laptop. Okay, I see myself. Cool. Hear me? Awesome. I can hear myself, so we're all good. All right, so by the way, welcome all the new members. I'm so excited to see your faces here and to have your incredible, wonderful energy with us. I really, I feel very, very blessed to see, all of the new members streaming in. So thank you so much. Okay, so coming back to Mars, right? Today is Tuesday. If you don't know, every day of the week, that's actually how we get the names of the week is from the planets. Monday is for the moon, Tuesday is for Mars, Wednesday is for Mercury, Thursday is for Jupiter, and Friday is for Venus. Hence why I have the theme set up for each day of the week in accordance with that. Ooh, I see some interesting stuff happening there. So anyhow, so what's going on with Mars, right? Because today is Mars Day. Mars has just moved into Scorpio, okay? And this is where Mars is super strong, okay? So all of the planets, they're also, not only are they just planets, right? But they're archetypes, meaning they are prototypes of a personality or of a voice or a consciousness that we all have inside of us. Every single one of us has a Mars. Whether or not you're comfortable with Mars energy or not, it still exists inside of you, okay? And so Mars is the archetype of the warrior. It's the engine. It is the fire. It's the passion. It is the anger. It is the aggression. It is the sword that cuts, and separates. And so, nowadays, and I think that for sure, martial energy, can and has gotten a bad rap because it is dangerous. Fire is dangerous, right? Fire is also very hypnotizing and beautiful and magnetic. Okay. So, and the reason why it's gotten a bad rap is because of the, when fire is not operating in service to the heart, right? It can separate things or cut things, which, is not pleasant, right? But we need to have this ability to separate, ability to set boundaries and borders, right? In order for us to have health, right? If everything was just it's kind of contradictory to this oneness concept where we're all one, which is very beautiful. That's a very Venusian, Neptunian concept of unity. But the fact of the matter is sometimes there's things in our life that simply don't belong, right, in our sphere anymore, things that we don't value. And so in order to do that, we have to separate, right? It requires an ability to get clear and get clarity. So Mars also can bring us a lot of clarity. All right. So, and like I was saying, you guys may have noticed this in the past month. Mars has been in the sign of Libra, which is a sign that Mars does not have all of the resources that he needs to carry out his functions. This hair, guys, I'm just so not feeling it. Anyway, it's okay for now. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So, Libra is the sign of harmony and balance and relationships And it is a place where we can also be a little bit wishy-washy, right? Because Libra is a sign that likes to consider the other and consider all of the different perspectives, all of the different viewpoints of any scenario before coming to a decision, right? And Mars makes decisions. Mars takes action. So a lot of people we're experiencing or being in this place of feeling very indecisive, of not being able to commit to things, not being able to take action. And there is something to say about, that just being the energy that happens to be operating right now, but it's not an excuse, right? Like, if that was something that you were experiencing, most likely it's because you don't have that sense of will inside of you, or that sense of having a strong ego, or having a strong sense of identity, of knowing who you are and what you want. Because it takes a lot of courage. Mars is the planet of courage. It takes a lot of courage to be willing. Willpower, willing is a key word for Mars, by the way. To be willing to look at and listen to the voice of our heart, right? Because it might mean we have to change. It might mean that we have to do different things. It might mean that we have to take a different direction. It might mean that we have to say no to the things that we've gotten really comfortable with saying yes to, right? And there is a big difference between will and ideas, okay? Ideas are like belief systems. They're thoughts that we've thought over and over again that then we take on as quote unquote truth, okay? Versus, so if we have a strong idea about what it is that we're, who we are and what we're supposed to be doing, then we'll tend to do those things out of habit, because it's kind of like it's built momentum. It's a thought that you've had over and over again, which then creates your reality, right? Versus will is the ability to look at your fear, to look at, the things in your life that aren't true, to look at fear, false evidence appearing real, and say, no, this is not what I'm choosing for my life. There's a very big difference. But a lot of people get tripped up and caught up between thinking that they have a really strong willpower, when in fact they just have really strong ideas. They have really strong belief systems. They have built a really strong identity around whatever it is that they've been thinking, right? And they've thought to be true. So that is that is what has been happening to people with Mars and Libra, because, Libra is like, it's like the sign of the debutante, it's a social, air sign, right? So imagine being at a beautiful dinner party and bringing knives to the table. That's, Mars doesn't feel very comfortable in that environment, right? But now Mars is in Scorpio, where he's super strong. He's got all the resources and all of the energy to dig deep and start going after what he wants, right? And Mars in Scorpio Scorpio is like, it's a water, even though it is ruled by Mars, it's a water sign. Phone call coming in there. It has like this energy of the river that will keep pushing, right? Keep pushing its way around the bends, keep pushing its way, and it will go where it wants to go, right? But you can run into this quality of kind of like pushing the river as opposed to flowing with the river. So just be mindful of that if you feel like you're kind of forcing and pushing yourself against things, which can be a way that you are actually draining your own energy and resources, okay? And another thing that can happen with Mars and Scorpio is it's a little bit of what's called a dirty Mars, meaning, Scorpio is the underbelly, it's the underworld. So it might bring up like past, experiences that you've been holding on to, grudges, people that have done you wrong, people that owe you money, people that, you're kind of like guarding a graveyard, so to speak. And there is a really great quote. I forget if it's Lao Tzu or I want to say it's from The Art of War, Sun Tzu. but it's, you don't use your army to guard a graveyard, meaning don't use your energy, don't use your resources to be mulling over and brooding over past hurts and betrayals, right? Like this is a time to, Mars is also, it's the sign of the surgeon. So it is a great sign. It is a great time for surgery. If you have surgeries that you have to get done, it's a great time to plan surgeries then, because Mars is able to go in there with precision and extract and cut away exactly what is dead and dying and decaying, sign of Scorpio, right? So this is a good time to dig deep and look at your life and look at what is dead in my life. Where's the dead wood? What can I cut out? What is no longer serving me? Who don't I value? Who doesn't value me, right? And so Scorpio, we always can get balance and harmony by looking at the opposite sign of whatever there is, something going around. So the opposite sign of Scorpio is Taurus, right? Which is all about value. It's about self-worth. So, and gratitude. So if you find yourself in this place of feeling like people owe you, or, people have done bad to you, you've been betrayed, anytime we've been betrayed, we're betraying ourselves. There's something that we didn't see, that we chose not to see for whatever reason, right? And this is an invitation to look deeper into that. Why did you deceive yourself, right? And so instead of getting stuck, Scorpio is a fixed sign. It's, looking at, well, what do I have in my life? What can I be grateful for? What can I appreciate, right? And I think this term, gratitude and appreciation, gets thrown around a lot, right? Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It means making what is excellent in others belong to us as well. So when a house appreciates in value, it appreciates because you've put your love into it. You've taken action and you say, I love this house so much that I'm willing to invest my time, my money, my love, my energy into watering it, right? Like if you appreciate a flower that, you don't pluck it, you water it every day. So if you truly value and appreciate something, it isn't just a mental concept. What are you doing? What action are you taking to invest in that thing? Is it investing in yourself, investing in a relationship, investing in a business, investing in a project, that actually will appreciate its value, right? Because we don't own anything. We think we own, even as a mother, I've got 3 kids. Like I'd like to say I have 3 kids, right? But at the end of the day, these children can be taken away from me. Everything can be taken away from us, right? But what cannot be taken away from me is my relationship to them. How I feel about them, how I feel about myself, how I feel about this, how I feel about that, because that's a part of my soul. Scorpio, yes, it's ruled by Mars, but it's also ruled in modern astrology by Pluto, okay, the soul, right? So our soul is eternal. We can lose anything. Anything can be taken away from us, right, except for our soul and how we feel and our experience, right? And so a lot of people, and I think that this timing is just, we're so blessed to be having this timing right now as we're approaching 2020. Mars is the sign of, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, so it is a comeback time. If you've been feeling like you've been blah, you've been a slug, you've been like in a rut, you've been going in circles, you haven't been having breakthroughs, you're not in an amazing place full of enthusiasm, full of, creativity and ecstasy and power and presence, this is a time for you to make a comeback, right? But it's going to involve digging deep, getting clear, and owning what really motivates you, right? What are your underlying motivations? Why do you do what it is that you do? Why are you saying the things that you say? Why do you have the people in your life that you have in your life, right? So, and I would take a look at where you have Scorpio in your chart. If you know your chart, take a look at that. I'm going to be doing a live Q&A I've posted it here in the group so that if anybody has any questions about anything specifically, we're going to take a look at your chart around a special topic, and I will be giving you free advice and prescriptions, and everything will be recorded so that if you want to learn about astrology, you know, whether it's for yourself or whether to become a practitioner or just understand about the energies that are going on, you know, self-knowledge, know thyself, you know, sort of deal, self-improvement and growth, have better relationships. You know, you can use it for so many different things. Everything is there in the birth chart. It's like your thumbprint, right? It's unique. It's a snapshot. It's a picture of the sky. It's like a map of the sky at the moment that you were born, your energetic imprint or blueprint of your soul. So you can divine and cast a chart, right, and ask questions. Even that is a whole art of even just asking questions and drawing up a chart asked at that specific time. And there's a way to read that chart. It's called a horary chart, which that's not what we're doing. We're going to be looking at your personal chart, and from there you can learn how to use these tools for yourself or for other people. So I'm going to be doing that. If you have interest, you can either comment on here or comment on the post. Let me know that you have. If you don't have your birth chart, you need help with procuring that, let me know. I'll show you how to do that, but you will need your birth chart, and I'll find a day that like works for everybody so that everybody will be there live, so that you can ask the question, because if you're not there asking the question, I'm not going to do it. So that will be super, super helpful, especially as we're looking into 2020. And using this time to get in alignment, like to find your pace, to find your rhythm, to get authentic, to get real, you know, with who you are, what you want, and who's coming with you. So, by the way, Mars is also the planet of being in a body. It is the sign of the body. So I just flexed on y'all. Do you guys like those cuts? I haven't trained actually in like over 2 weeks. I've been doing some amazing, amazing stuff with manifestation, and I'm looking at myself flexing over here. I love it. And learning, you know, even just more about my own energy and, you know, things that you can do where you don't have to force yourself to go to the gym to train your body. You don't have to, you know, do things that you don't like in order to have a better body. You know, you really don't. So anyhow, now is the time though. You totally do have auspicious cosmic support around your body right now, because Mars is super strong in Scorpio, you know, so, and it is the sign of being in a body. So imagine like being a sculptor, being an athlete, being a surgeon, to literally cut away at any of the emotional baggage that you're holding on to that literally is manifested in your body. Right? Because everything that we're thinking and feeling eventually, especially if you're doing it over time, will manifest in your body. And if it manifests in your body, most likely it's totally manifest in your life, right? And so Mars in Scorpio is awesome, by the way, for sex. You know, it's totally bringing up that eros, that erotic energy. So it's great for, you know, delving more into those sorts of mysteries. Scorpio is the mystery. It is the birth canal. So great, you know, for just having better sex, man, like just fucking like super hot sex. I've been doing tantric practices with my group Blush, by the way, which is my 4-week container, manifestation container. And it's fucking like so on fire. If you guys want something to support you in like just taking your life to the next level, y'all need to get in there. Like seriously, like done. We've already started, but we've got tons of group calls still left, and the material is just amazing. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are just the will, the courage, the commitment, the love that I'm seeing, you know, how that's playing out in your life. It is such an honor. It's such an honor, and it's a pleasure of mine. Like I'm just having like the best time with you guys. So you know, if you guys want something now to delve into, definitely do that. So yeah, what I was saying is I've been doing tantric tantric practices, and I'm gonna be doing more. You know, I mean, I've already been doing lots of trainings around sexuality in there, because just being in a body is a act of sexuality. Just breathing is an act of sexuality. So, and the way that I work with sexuality, you know, is it's a way of thinking, it's a way of feeling, right? It's an awareness that you don't have to do any, you know, you don't have to do any specific techniques or tools. Just by receiving the information and having that land in your body and in your heart, your sex will start to change. Your sex life will totally change. Yeah, so anyhow, if you guys have any questions about this, go ahead and comment. I wanted to welcome again all of our new goddesses into the group. I'm so excited to have you guys here. I love you. Have the most amazing week. And take a look, if you haven't seen yet, the different prompts that I have for the different days of the week. Today is Tuesday, so this is the day to post about any challenges that you're having, any triumphs that you've had, anything specifically about your body. What else is for Tuesday? I think that's it. You know, all of the Mars ruled stuff. So I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.